Hello, welcome to Undisputed Boxing. It's prediction time. We're here to discuss Billy Joe Saunders taking on Canelo Alvarez for the super middleweight supremacy in Dallas, Texas. If you're new to the channel, please show your support and give it a like button, the like and subscribe. Leave any comments. Rick, prediction time. How do you see this one going?
Mine hasn't changed from what we spoke about this thing when it was first announced. I think I'll go Canelo on points. I think I can't see Billy Joe hurting him. Not the biggest puncher, especially at that weight. I think, and I can't see Billy Joe beating him on points over there. Unfortunately, I think the best Billy Joe can hope for is that he makes it a very close fight and feels a bit disgruntled, and the public say that he was robbed or whatever. There could be Canelo, gets to him. Billy Joe doesn't take much damage. If he did, we've seen him take a real big punch. I've never really ever seen him in much danger, but that's because he doesn't get hit a lot.
Yeah.
So but that's where I'm going. I'm going for Canelo points. Wouldn't be surprised if it's close. Wouldn't be surprised if me and you are both saying, "Oh, that was maybe Canelo just nicked it." But the scorecards are probably quite wider than what they should be. And I don't know if that's what Billy Joe's trying to do at the moment with moaning about the judges and all that. Whether he's getting like mind games. You find managers sometimes do that about refs before games and say, he doesn't give as much penalties and that. I don't know if that's going on a bit. Hope I'm wrong. Be cheering Billy Joe on, be getting up in the morning ready for it. Think he'll cause Alvarez problems. Think it will be one of his hardest fights. But yeah, I get the feeling that we may look at it and go, well, that's a tight fight. He's done really well there. Billy Joe could go either way. But then the points come through and it's quite wide to Canelo. I think that's what could happen.
Yeah. I would. I do think that Canelo will get the decision, but I actually think it will be pretty glaringly obvious that Billy Joe Saunders will. I think he'll outbox him. I don't think. Trying to think of a better boxer that Canelo has beaten that's better than Billy Joe Saunders, because I rate Billy Joe Saunders' boxing ability more than I do Golovkin. And Golovkin really, for me, won that first fight with Canelo. I do think that was a bit of a robbery. Triple G, Canelo won. But I am expecting Canelo to be the aggressor. I think he's going to press the action, and I just think Billy Joe Saunders will just box his. I think he's going to make him look pretty silly at times as well. Because I do think Canelo struggles against southpaws. I think the last southpaw he fought was Eris Lara. And a lot of people think that Lara actually won that. And I think I rate Billy Joe's boxing ability more than his. So yeah, I'm expecting him to actually cause him a lot of problems. I do think Canelo will probably get the decision. I think it'll be a controversial points win for Canelo. Is my prediction.
That's how I kind of feel. It's Billy, and it's a shame that it's almost that's the best Billy Joe can hope for. But obviously, hasn't got the power to, I think, really harm Canelo. There's a question mark. Billy Joe needs to be better than he's been, in his last fight, and he looks in better shape. I think against Murray that there was times where he was getting caught with a few body shots and was slowing down a little bit, but he does look in awesome shape. So, I think the movement will continue. But yeah, intriguing. It is intriguing. And, I think, I'm going into it, looking forward to it and thinking it's hard for him to win, but, you just don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I know that styles make fights, but I'm just kind of drawing on the fight that David Lemieux fought Triple G. Triple G was sort of outboxing David Lemieux, but boxing ability-wise, and it was tit for tat, even though Golovkin did stop him late. And then Golovkin versus Canelo. Canelo is definitely the better boxer, especially on the back foot. But there still wasn't that much in it. But then Billy Joe Saunders, I know this was a few years ago, but when he fought David Lemieux, he absolutely just embarrassed him. Like, he was levels and levels above David Lemieux, made him look very silly. And now I just think it's come full circle. Billy Joe Saunders against Canelo. I really do think that he's gonna show him up. I don't think he's gonna have, he's not gonna have it all his own way. Don't get me wrong. But and Billy Joe Saunders will definitely have a rough time. But I do think there's going to be moments of magic from Billy Joe. And I'm really excited. I'm really pumped for this fight. But
I think I mean, that was middleweight, wasn't it? That the Lemieux fight.
It was what?
That was at middleweight, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. So yeah, it is intriguing, and if Billy Joe's in top four, it'll put up a bet. I think he'll be one of those where it won't be like Smith. Smith almost like knew he was getting beaten, kind of just tried to survive, and which is a shame really, because he did probably have the power to cause problems. Billy Joe almost needs to have some antics in there. I think a bit like he did with Lemieux, but when if he gets Canelo missing, he needs to try and do something to make it obvious.
Yeah.
As well as trying to counter him as well. But you know what I mean? Almost like make him miss and do that or something if he can.
Yeah. That's what I mean. I think
almost.
Yeah, I think he's going to have some tricks up his sleeve, and I think he'll definitely be up to something. Yeah, for sure. He'll want to cause some problems in that regard. But yeah, is there anything on the undercard?
And I don't think Americans.
Sorry,
I don't think the Americans rate Billy Joe really, or not like we do. So I think that they're thinking that it might be a bit tricky style-wise, but I don't think they think it could be as close as what we think it's going to be.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, well,
how do you make the edge between Hearn and Billy Joe and team?
I don't know really. I don't really sort of pay too much attention to it. I do think he's maybe just, he's hanging out with Tyson Fury, isn't he? And Tyson Fury is probably in his ear and just winding him up a little bit, and then just egging him on with these, Instagram videos and just causing problems. Maybe it's just this kind of mindset he's kind of trying to adopt, that nobody wants him to win, and it's us against the world kind of mentality. I think Eddie Hearn mentioned something. So I think, and that might actually suit him. That might be better for him. He's not doing that much media. He can just get his head down, train. He's obviously going to be start tapering off now. So just stay relaxed, and hopefully he can, cause the upset. So I've not really been reading too much. I mean, a lot of the stuff I don't know if it's just mind games or publicity stunts. Like this whole Chisora. I know we've covered the Chisora Parker thing, but saying I'm not going to fight. I'm packing up my bags. I'm going. Like, he wasn't going anywhere. Like for a fighter who's lost 10 fights and walked straight back into another pay-per-view fight, and he's quibbling about walking in first or versus second. I just think it's a bit much for me. Kind of annoys me.
Yeah, if he'd walked out on that, he would have not been doing a pay-per-view show for some time, or if ever, especially with Sky.
Exactly. Yeah. Think himself lucky.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah, I was going to ask you the same thing. I don't think there's anything big, to be honest. I don't know. I
need to get my times right, because the last fight with Canelo, I got up and got the wrong hour and turned it on, and they were he was holding the belts in the ring. So I need to, which is terrible, because one, like, you've missed the fight, and two, the result.
Yeah. Double whammy.
I hope I don't do that. So I think last time it's because it's in Florida and it threw me out, so it was a bit early. So I just need to, with this one, I need to really make sure I know what I'm doing. Watch it live. I think it's on DAZN, isn't it? So, yes. Any news?
I don't think there is.
Talk about?
There was actually some news. Middleweight news. Jason Quigley is going to be fighting Shane Mosley Jr. He's going to be on the undercard of Devin Haney and Jorge Linares, which actually I'm really excited for. Jason Quigley making a comeback since his defeat to Toriano Johnson. So that'll be for, I think it's, yeah, I can't remember which sanctioning body they're fighting under, but it's on the DAZN card. Of Haney.
I thought some news.
Oh yeah.
Your boy Berlanga blew it, didn't he?
Oh yeah, Edgar Berlanga. Well, he hasn't blown it. He just went the distance.
Terrible, terrible.
Yeah.
Hype job's gone.
Well, he's still got a winning record, so yeah, let's see. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see when he's out next. But yeah, my pick for 2020.
We're sick of mentioning it, but I'm going on a limb. I'm saying it's going to be announced this week. Fury and Josh will be announced this week. Next time we speak, it will be announced.
You reckon?
I think so. I just don't think Hearn will make himself look this much of a prat. Because if it doesn't happen now, he's going to look stupid.
Yeah.
And I just don't think him mouthing off so much. I don't know what Aram's game is. I don't know if Aram's trying to hurry things up. I mean, apparently they did get a contract on Saturday night, so it's being reviewed as we speak. So, if they're like, right, that's all good, hopefully they'll be signing today or tomorrow, and we might get an announcement tomorrow or Tuesday. I mean, I think Hearn would want an announcement tomorrow because surely he jumped on a plane to Dallas on Tuesday.
Fingers crossed. All right. We'll catch up again next week to review this, and then there'll be more predictions. I think there's another big card as well that we'll need to talk through. But yeah, thanks to everybody for listening. Please like and subscribe.